Hello everyone, Maxis back here, and welcome back to my Let's Play Pokemon HeartGold and SoulSilver. Last time we stormed the Team Rocket HQ, defeating their leader and shutting down the mysterious radio signal that caused the previously battled Red Gyarados to, well, exist. After defeating them, we were able to go to the Mahogany Town Gym, where we discovered we were less than prepared in some of our teams, and I decided to go around and battle all of the trainers around the world we hadn't battled yet, just off screen. After Mahogany Town, or rather after you beat the Red Gyarados and get the Red Scale, there's something that opens up that would be very helpful. So you want to head over to Mr. Pokemon's house. That Red Scale, what's that? A Red Gyarados, that's rare. I want it. Mexus, would you care to trade it? I can offer this EXP share I got from Professor Oak. In most playthroughs, I actually didn't do this because I didn't know this existed until about 2 months ago. That and I probably would have done it anyway because I'm kind of an item hoarder where I like to hold on to the items and collect them. I'm probably not going to go for this just because I have the Pokewalker and I can use that to level up Pokemon that aren't high level to begin with. But if you don't have the Pokewalker, I would recommend doing this. It's not a perfect substitute for it, and actually probably I'm just going to go get it anyway. So it's not a perfect substitute for the Pokewalker as you can't get the items or some of the Pokemon from it, but it does help leveling up Pokemon like, say, Larvitar that are a bit annoying to level up. With that done, I want to head over to Olivine City. There's something we could have done a long time ago that I kind of forgot about, mostly because it deals with a certain Pokemon I am not 110% fond of. Cutting ahead, you'll see what I mean. Yes, the Pokemon is Miltank. Moo is sick. She needs a lot of orange berries. Moo is sick. She needs lots of orange... Oh, you just said the same thing. Okay. What you're going to want to do is talk to the Miltank. Moo. Its cry is weak. Sick. Another orange berries. What did you do? What? Can't do this yet? I could have sworn you could have done this yet. There's milk. It gives me lots of milk if and I feed it lots of berries, I reckon. Our milk even goes out to Kanto. So if our Miltank doesn't give us any milk, we're in trouble. My Miltank ain't giving me milk no more. This here farm's got famous milk. Most everyone wants a drink. It'll give me lots of milk if and I feed it lots of berries, I reckon. This game clearly has never talked to people from the south. I think you have to talk to them and then you can feed the berries, or do you have to... I don't remember exactly what you have to do. I remember... Okay, so you have to talk to everyone and then you can... Okay. Give an orange berry to Miltank. You just have to repeatedly feed the Miltank orange berries, and you will do something. Miltank becoming healthier. Moo, its cry is weak. Give me orange berries. I don't know exactly how many it is, and that was why I was repeatedly planting orange berries. The orange berries weren't going to be too helpful for my Pokemon anyway, because we have better healing items. And I just planned these because I don't know how many we needed, I just know we needed a larger number of them. Square's weak. Jeez, greedy Miltank, how many do you freaking need? There we go, last one. Well, they became totally healthy. Let's check how many you need, because I know I had 13 to begin with. Okay, so you need to feed it 4 of them. Moo! It's burning with energy. Shocking! I really want to give you some seals, but you don't have a seal case. Okay. Thank you! Moon was totally healthy again. I'll give you the seal case for your trouble. We obtained the seal case. No, it's not the Pokemon seal. You customize your Pokeballs. Select ball capsules from your PC and stick your seals on any way you like ball capsules. Put the capsules on your Pokeballs. This is an interesting mechanic, and I'm kind of sad this has not returned. Basically, you could customize Pokeball animations, and this one only happened in Gen 4. It has not returned since, and I really am sad about this. Granted, in the more recent games with the 3D games, they have the much better 3D animated Pokeball release animations, which look so cool, which kind of makes up for it, because really the Pokeball animations in these games were just kind of bland and boring. How'd you like my Moo Moo Milk? It's my pride and joy here. Give it to Pokemon and restore HP. I'll give you some for just $500. Moo Moo Milk. Very good. It's very cheap comparatively, and it restores 100 HP. So effectively, you have half of a Hyper Potion. And considering your Pokemon aren't going to have anywhere near 200 HP by now, Moo Moo Milk is probably one of the best things you could get. You fixed our milk tank, hon. Now get Moo Moo Milk again. Here's some for your troubles. We obtained TM83. Don't remember exactly what that is. Natural gift. Oh, that makes sense. Natural gift's type is dictated by what kind of berry your Pokemon is holding. Generally, if a Pokemon is holding a berry that reduces damage dealt by a certain type, it becomes that type, and a few other specific berries go to specific types. I'm not going to go on a whole list of them just because I don't particularly find Natural Gift a useful move, because unless you have an ability that restores your held item, or use a move like Recycle that restores your held item, you can only use it once. It's kind of annoying and not exactly the most useful move. It can be useful for something where you're going into a specific battle and, say, one of your Pokemon doesn't have a way of dealing with it, you can just give them a specific berry and then use it for once. For that it's okay, but I wouldn't recommend it as a main move you're going to be teaching one of your Pokemon. Well, that's all we have here. Whitney, you are lucky that we had such a good time with you, otherwise I would not be so kind to another member of your main Pokemon species. Who are you? How are you? You know... Oh, one of the people I battled off screen. Right. Yeah, that's one thing I don't like about a lot of the trainers you get your phone numbers for. They just call with random useless trivia. Now, if I recall, if you bring out the dowsing muckin, there is... Yes, a PP up over here. I think there is one more down here. Yes. A nugget. Very useful. Also, there's an item over here. TM Drain Punch. Oh, that's... I want to see what can learn that, because that is a good move. It is a... What's the base? Yeah, base 60 power physical fighting move that restores half the damage dealt. A lot of weird Pokemon learn this, as you're going to see. Yes, Togetic can learn it. Yet somehow, Heracross can't. A Pokemon that is a giant fighting type bug that can punch things cannot learn a move where it punches the opponent. And yet, Togetic can. And even more baffling, Togekiss can when it doesn't have hands. I mean, I love the image of just a Togekiss just like punching you with its wing to just suck your life out. I find the image hilarious, but it just makes no sense. A lot of weird Pokemon learn it, and there are some Pokemon that do make sense to learn it, but a lot of Pokemon that make sense to learn it actually don't. Case in point, Heracross. Well, that's all I wanted. Actually, there is one more thing we can do with seals, I believe. If you head into Olivine City, I think it's Olivine. Mr. G, there we go. Yes, this girl. Here, have some. Here, I'll give you this. Z-Seal. So, Celium Z? Nah, that's better. Smoke Seal A, Sea Seal, so I can't make a joke on that. If you come back to her every day, she will give you more seals. You can basically just go into your DS's clocks and just reset the day every single, just keep changing the date, and she'll give you seals if you want to just get them fast. Unlike in the Sinnoh games, you cannot buy seals, which kind of annoys me, but I mean, they are kind of a little side thing, and I actually am going to go make some custom ball ball capsules, so I will get back to you after I finish with that. Actually, it just occurred to me I probably should mention how you get into the seals. You go into your PC and then go to ball capsules. So here's what I came up with. I don't really have too many seals right now, so I'll just show you what I made. I used my 3 fire seals and my 1 smoke seal for, who else? Firestorm. Not too flashy, but I felt it was okay. Well, that's really all we can do right now with seals. I might actually just go in and reset the time just to get some more seals. But there's actually a couple other things I want to do before we go back to Price's Gym. Off-screen while training, I got a call from Warden Boba. If we head back to Safari Zone Gate, the second phase of the owner's test can now be completed. This will happen about 3 hours in-game time after the completion of the first test. I've been waiting for you. The test is ready. This time can you catch me a Sandshrew and show it to me? Sounds easy, right? Not really. Sandshrew do not appear in this current Safari Zone setting. And that's where this comes in handy. This sophisticated high-tech machine lets you customize the Safari Zone areas. I call it the Area Customizer. Great name. You know how it works? Oh, you want to know how it works, don't you? It's a secret. Well, you shouldn't have any trouble operating it. Just talk to the staff next to me. Well, okay. One more thing. Almost forgot. I was in the middle of explaining the second test, wasn't I? You will not see Sandshrew in the current Safari Zone areas. You have to use the Area Customizer to change it. Sandshrew live in the desert. Good luck! Well, Max has turned on the Area Customizer. Yes, we have several areas. Say we switch out Peak for... We need... Peak... Forest, Swamp. What are you doing in Miss Swamp? And Desert. Your initial 6 areas will be... I don't know if they are randomized, but mine were Wasteland, Swamp, Savannah, Marshland, Mountain, and Peak. So you have to switch them out to put Desert in there. Desert is not initially in there by default. This is when you can start getting some of those other Pokemon if you were able to find them beforehand. I didn't remember there were actually 6 other areas. So now we can use the Area Customizer, get some of the extra areas. Welcome to Safari Zone. For just $500, you can play a Safari Zone game. Open wide Safari Zone, get to whatever you like. Click to play, yes. $500, please. And yes, if my money looks a lot lower, I bought a lot of items off screen. Well, hope you enjoy it. Have fun. I will meet back with you guys after catching the Safari Zone. After catching the Sandshrew. It is added to the Pokedex. And the mouse Pokemon. If it fell from a great height, this Pokemon could save itself by rolling up to a ball and bouncing. I mean, its back is like made of rocks and, well, not rocks, but like really, really hard rock-like skin. I don't think you would bounce if you were made of, well, rock. Because I've thrown, metal ball bearings and they don't bounce. And rocks, I think, would just shatter. No, not gonna nickname the Sandshrew. Oh, that's done. And no, I am not going to go looking for other Pokemon in the Safari Zone just because there's really not too much else I want to do in the Safari Zone. There's a lot you can do and a lot of great Pokemon, as I mentioned already. But... And Mom's calling again. A lot of great Pokemon in the Safari Zone, though it is pretty RNG dependent. And I do like Safari Zone for that reason, where it is RNG dependent and it is just kind of getting lucky. Which is a blessing and a curse. It's fun because you never know what you're going to find. You may get really lucky catching a Pokemon you really want to get, or you may, like a friend of mine happened to him, find a shiny Nidorina, and then have it run on you after you didn't catch it the first time. That did happen to a friend of mine who is a shiny hunter, and yeah, that's not good. That's, for someone who is a shiny hunter, that is probably one of the most painful things that can ever happen to you. Got your spinning sand shrew. Pass the test now. We are now the owner of the Safari Zone, which I find it funny that no one else came here in the intervening time. How does a thing like this run? Maybe that's why it's so expensive to get in here. I've always wanted to see young people playing the Safari Zone. I thought I might get some new ideas that should help you complete your Pokedex. That's what I've been thinking. By the way, now that you're Safari Zone, would you kindly continue to pay admission? We have our reasons. Don't be upset, I keep thinking about how I can create new fun ways to help complete your Pokedex. Have fun at Safari Zone. Yeah, you do have to continue paying even though you are technically the owner now. I like how they just say, for reasons, because it's better than coming up with some stupid convoluted explanation that by instead just saying, well, there's reasons you have to keep paying. I like how they do that. It's kind of silly, but anyway, I like it. Also, if you add a ball capsule to your Pokemon, you will see this blue sphere icon. I know what I was about to say, and I didn't want to say it. That appears next to the item icon. If it's holding an item, if it's not holding an item, it'll still be in that same position. And with all that finished, I say it's time we head back to Mahogany Town. There is nothing else to my knowledge we can do yet around Johto, and I've kind of been spending enough time training and going around the region to begin with, so I just want to get this next gym over with already. That doesn't mean I dislike this gym. In fact, this gym is probably one of my favorites just because of the type it is. It's an Ice-type gym. Ice-type gyms, I kind of have a little love it or hate it mentality with it, where I do love it and also hate it at the same time. An Ice-type gym would be real. Actually, I should probably talk about this more during the actual fight, because it's something I actually do want to talk about during the fight, because it will be a lot more impactful there. To get to Price, our gym leader, you'll need to think before you skate. Yeah, I like this gym because it is a logic puzzle gym using ice physics. It's not really something you see too often, and then Gen 4 did the same thing with a logic puzzle ice gym, and then Generation 6, as much as I hate it, also did a logic puzzle ice gym. And I mean, Generation 6, in Gen 3, Gen 3 kind of had a, ice physics logic puzzle, but it was more so just walk into the right pattern, and then the Gen 6 remake of Generation 3 kind of, the ability to walk diagonally kind of broke that gym's puzzle. I had a lot of fun in that gym in Generation 6, just like, I can walk diagonally now. I can completely breeze this gym. Yeah, I didn't really like the remake, because the original version, while I don't really remember playing Sapphire or really Gen 3 at all to begin with, I remember the original puzzle was there is one way to do this and you have to figure it out. The new way is there's multiple ways to do it, but it kind of ruins it. I mean, I kind of like it and hate it that there's multiple ways of solving the Generation 6 Stopolis gym puzzle, because again, there's multiple ways, it's a lot easier. And I am not a big puzzle person myself. I don't like puzzle things, that's why I'm not the biggest fan of playing Zelda games. I like them in concept, I just don't like actually playing them. Ooh, Ice Shard. That is a priority. Sorry, still haven't gotten over my sore throat yet. Ice Shard. That is a priority ice move. I kind of feel like that was intended to be the ultimate dragon killer thing, to make ice super awesome and people to stop thinking ice was a bad type. Though it just didn't really do anything, because they kind of made the little thing called the Yachi Berry. Been trying to make ice pretty good. They actually unintentionally super nerfed it into the ground. Speaking of the Yachi Berry, I actually did get a couple of those from some gifts Mom sent. I'm not going to be using them in this gym, despite I have a Pokemon that is weak to ice. Mostly because, well, as you can see, Godzilla is super effective against ice. Also, oddly enough, Seal is not an ice type. You think it is an ice type, but it's not. It's pure water, and yet it can use ice type moves. In the gym battle here, that's actually going to come up to a pretty hilarious effect. Yeah, the Dugong... I don't know, just Dugong kind of just has really, really bad stats. It's interesting in that it's kind of just like a mini Lapras, but I don't know, it's kind of like a mini Lapras that doesn't do as good of a job. Yeah, as you can see, I really trained Godzilla up. I did the bug catching contest, which by this point, the bug catching contests really not helpful, and I really really did not need to heal because I could have just swept them down. The bug catching contest at this point really is kind of just inconsequential experience because they're so much lower leveled than you. You get like 100 experience for beating them, which when fighting Whitney was definitely very helpful because you were lower leveled. Now, not really doing too much. Then again, that could just be the low experience leveling up rate of the pseudo legendaries in general, and yes, payback. Payback. If the user can use its attack after the foe attack, its power is doubled. This really benefits Pokemon like Larvitar that are slow and bulky. They can take hits and then do back the damage double. As a base 50 power attack that has its power doubled when you've taken damage, that's pretty good. It effectively goes to 100 base power. Where it's not as good as using, say, Rock Slide, because Rock Slide still does have higher power when both are neutral hits, but it is a good move to use because there are some situations where I would like to use Payback over Rock Slide. There are ground types and Psychic and Ghost types. Also, yes, I am holding back Godzilla from evolving into Pupitar because there is a specific move I want to get it to learn. Alright. Yeah, and as you can see, there's a man standing there with a dead end. He might be the gym leader. Just a hunch. I don't know if his unique model or sprite gives that away. I say we give our new Payback... actually, no, I'm not going to give Payback a test run yet. Good. Yeah. That's actually really good. Again, as I said, Godzilla is pretty slow, so it is good to have in that it will get doubled power. It does also do a bit of good stuff against, how should we say, priority users. So let's just test that right now. Oh, that. Actually, Aurora Beam isn't really that strong. Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say, if I said Aurora Beam isn't that strong and then it proceeds to lower my attack or crit me, I was gonna be a little mad. There's good, yeah. That was 1,000 experience. And you saw how little that dented Godzilla's experience need for the next level. That is the slow experience growth group. I'm pretty sure I messed up this. Pretty sure I messed this up somewhere, so I'm gonna heal, and this is another generation where you can go into the Pokemon menu and then heal from there. Spoiled by current generations, which are... I don't know, I think the newer generations have their faults, but they also have their definite plus points. They have made the user interface, I don't know if that's the right term for it, a lot more user-friendly, though there are a few things that are... I don't know, there's a few things with the newer games that I do love, but also I'm not 100% a fan of. Right. And by the newer generations, I mean Generation 6. Gen 7 is perfect, in my opinion at least. Also, I was told by a friend of mine that my power for Icicle Spear was incorrect. If you are looking on things like Volbeat or Cerebi where it has the modern stats of the moves, Icicle Spear received a buff in Generation 5 that boosted power from 10 to 25. So if you see the current stats of it, and think, oh my gosh, Icicle Spear on Skill Link is so good, don't go full in on that because, again, the stats did get changed in Generation 5, and this is Generation 4. And wow, I forgot how bulky Shelter is. I should probably go for Dark Pulse. Just felt like I should remind Icicle Spear. I should remind, well, not remind you guys, but just mention that the modern set of a lot of moves did change, the stats of moves currently, most of them change in Gen 5. Not, so these do not apply in Generation 4. Yeah, Cloyster has really bad special defense, so this is gonna be fun, so long as this thing isn't using Iceful Spear on us. I'm faster than a Cloyster. I mean, I know that then again, we are a couple levels higher, and wow, that did nothing. The reason I'm not going for Rock Slide on it is that's an oddly fitting attack to use with their purple color scheme. I'm not going for Rock Slide just because it is super effective in stab, but Cloyster has a lot of defense. Yeah, like, you're seeing how long it takes to level these up. That's why I decided to not go over Dratini right now. It would take for freaking ever to level it up. And again, there is the special Dratini we're going to be encountering in a little bit. That, again, nothing sucks more than getting your pseudo legendary up in the levels and finding out all of that experience is utterly wasted. And, of course, Icy Wind. Actually, Icy Wind might not be so bad when I can just use Payback. Wow, that did nothing. Yeah. Icy Wind, not a bad move. It always lowers the opponent's speed and hits both opponents in double battles. It's pretty useful if you are doing double battles a lot in like games like competitive, or eventually we'll get to a certain place where you can earn points by battling at set levels, and Icy Wind isn't that bad because you can reliably speed control. And I am 99% sure I royally botched up this puzzle. Oh, no, I didn't. So, actually, I was saying I was sure I royally botched the puzzle up, and I actually didn't. Woo, I am not smart. Alright, we are now at Price. Then to say we heal up. And get ready to break the ice. I was trying to think of a really bad ice pun, but really couldn't. Yes, I know my playtime is really bad. I have a lot of backtracking I've had to do and do a lot of other side things. Don't laugh. Like, I am going to be comparing the playtime on this to the playtime of SoulSilver. Just because on SoulSilver I am doing none of this pointless, needless backtracking and honestly kind of time wasting. Actually, wait 1 second, I skipped over a lot of the dialogue. I will cut back here where I can read it now. After a brief consideration, I decided to go and heal up to restore the PP to Godzilla's moves when I realized, actually, Godzilla might not be the best Pokemon to use in this fight. You must be thinking, Firestorm might be pretty good because it's an Ice-type gym. Actually, no. You'll be seeing what I mean when I say Fire actually isn't that good of an idea to use against this gym. When you see Price's team, you'll get what I mean. That's not really how Ice works, but, I like it. Makes sense. Pokemon have many experiences in their lives, just like we do. I, too, have seen and suffered much in my life. Since I am your elder, let me show you what I mean. I have been training Pokemon since before you were born. I do not lose easily. I, Price, the Winter Trainer, shall demonstrate my power. Well, better a Winter Trainer than a Winter Soldier. Insert Pokemon Great War joke here. Actually, not really. I like his little animate where it just shows like the scarf blowing in him. Yes, as I mentioned before, Seal is not an Ice type, and yet it is using this Ice type gym. First turn, it's probably going to set up Hail as it... I've always noticed it always sets up Hail, and it's funny because it's not an Ice type. It does take Hail damage. I don't know why I use Thundershock and not Discharge. I am kind of stupid. Yeah, like, that's what I mean. It takes Hail damage. I don't get it. There's Druid. Oh, clever! Oh, that is clever! His Piloswine! Yes! That was clever. I actually do not remember a number of trainers that go for switch outs. This is kind of a bad spot for me because the one thing I was hoping he's against it was going to be, well, Firestorm and, like, Ice Fang. Dude, does Norton know any ground moves? I kind of expected it to know some ground moves. Piloswine, I'm pretty sure its ability is Snow Cloak, which acts like Sandvale and Sandstorm. Their evasion is raised a bit. I'm pretty sure that's what it does. I don't know if it has its other ability. I'm pretty sure it is Snowcloak, though. Snowcloak are thick fat, and much like Jasmine's Steelix, it has a Citrus Berry. Oh, that's why. That's why he went for the switch out Blizzard. In a hailstorm, Blizzard is 100% accurate. That's bad. Alright. Well, I do not want to go for you getting hit by another Blizzard because you're neutrally damaged by Blizzard. Go in Firestorm. Yep. Blizzard. I really hope you do not use... Well, I hope that... Okay, good. Now, what are you going to do next? You're going to switch out? No. Okay. Thankfully, the Blizzard... the Hailstorm stopped, so even if you have Snowcloak, I was still going to one-shot you anyway. So I'm going to one-shot you now. Piloswine's fainted. Yeah, his Piloswine really isn't that tough. Piloswine's evolution, Mamoswine, is... how shall we say, a force to be reckoned with, but Piloswine itself isn't too particularly terrifying. Lenariel, you're up again. Was that Dugong or... Yeah, this was Dugong. Great. Want the Megalon to do this. Alright, well... Well, you're gonna have to get some time in anyway, because you're not gonna be too useful. Okay, good, and go for Aurora Beam. Because if that lowers my physical attack, that means it would have lowered... Okay, good. I was gonna say, if that lowered the physical attack of Lunaru, that would have lowered the physical attack of Megalon, which would have been bad news. So I'm glad I didn't switch out. And Ice Shard. His team isn't too difficult unless you get criticaled by a priority Ice Shard. Yay! Not good. His team's not too difficult. It does have some good ideas at play. And this is what I want to talk about. An Ice-type gym leader this far in the game. It's so laughably weak. Ice has a large number of weaknesses, and it's not resisted by a whole lot of things. Ice has, I believe it is 4 weaknesses and 1 resistance. It only resists itself. So it really doesn't add much when it's a double typing. It adds more weaknesses than it adds resistances, and it makes Piloswine the only Pokemon weak to all 3 starter types. This would work so well if there was an Ice-type gym leader that was one of the first gyms in the game. Ice has a very good effectiveness profile. It hits a lot of types for super effective damage, and early in the game, you're not going to have a lot of Pokemon that can deal with Ice types. A lot of Pokemon that are Rock also tend to be part Ground, so they're weak to Ice. Ice-type Pokemon also tend to be double-typed with types that can inflict a large number of super effective damage on early Pokemon. So having Prices say maybe the 3rd gym leader in the game would be pretty good. There's also a modern move, Freeze Dry, which hits Ice types for super effective damage. If they made a Ground Ice-type Pokemon that could learn Freeze Dry, it would be able to hit all of the starters for super effective damage between Freeze Dry, Ice, and Ground. It would make a very interesting first 3 gym leader, one of the first 3 gym leaders, because you would be at an advantage typing-wise and a disadvantage. It would be so great to have that, because Ice types early on are actually a challenge, because you don't have the things that utterly break them. That is an Ice pun. Again, I like this guy as an idea of an Ice-type gym leader, it's just... it's too late in the game to be executed well. I'm impressed by your prowess. With your will strong, I know you will overcome all life's obstacles. You are worthy of this badge. You received the Glacier Badge. That badge raised the special stat of Pokemon. It also lets you Pokemon... I think that's a typo from Gen 2. In Gen 2, badges boosted your stats. I think it was... your stats basically started out at, say, 8 out of 8 8s, and then when you get a badge, it, say, goes to, you have 9 out of 8. You have 9 8s of what your stats actually are. It's kind of weird that way. I'm pretty sure they completely did away with that whole thing because it just confused the heck out of people. I think that might have been a typo carried over from the game, or whether they actually, because I don't think any of the other gym leaders actually mention that. He also gives you the TM for Hail. No, he doesn't give you the TM for Blizzard, because we could have bought that a long time ago. If you want, you can go back to Goldenrod, buy the TM for Blizzard, teach Hail to one of your Pokemon, and utterly destroy things with it. It's a lot better to teach the Pokemon Blizzard and Hail rather than have one Pokemon use Hail and then switch out to the Pokemon that was Blizzard, because you really only get 3 turns of being able to have a 100% accurate Blizzard as opposed to 4 turns of a 100% accurate Blizzard. Again, this guy has really good ideas behind him for his team. It's just too late in the game to be executed well. I love this guy. He's a great idea. It's just... could have been so much better. Well, with that gym leader done, Professor Elm is calling us. Maxis, how are things going? I called because there's something weird happening with the radio broadcast. They were talking about Team Rocket. Maxis, do you know anything about that? About it? Maybe Team Rocket has returned. No, that can't be true. Wow, about 2 hours of gameplay too late. Did I bug you? Well, let's see what they're going on about. Testing, 1, 2, 3. We are the amazing Team Rocket. It's been 3 years, but we have rebuilt the team and reconstructed. We're proud to announce that we're back. Giovanni, can you hear this? We finally did it. Where could the boss be, I wonder? I wonder if he heard this announcement. Well, it seems that there has been an interesting development when it comes to Team Rocket. That and this awesome music. Actually, every radio station is Team Rocket. I am glad the music keeps playing because I like this music. So, with that most unsettling development, next time we will go to the only place in Johto where we know a radio tower exists, Goldenrod City, and confront Team Rocket about their misdeeds. And hopefully, well, sadly, we'll have to stop this awesome music because I wish there was a way to keep this music playing just later game because I like this song. I don't know why, I just do. Well, see you guys next time where we storm the tower, or well, the radio tower, and confront Team Rocket. See you guys next time.